Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something that sounds almost unbelievable, an impossible crime that really shook things up in 1920s Canada. Just picture it. You're on a train, winding through the Canadian Rockies, Crowsnest Pass, beautiful, rugged, and you'd think totally safe.
Absolutely. Because back then, well, train robberies, that was stuff from the Wild West, dime novels, not supposed to happen in modern, civilized Canada.
But it did. This story slams an old-school crime right into the 1920s.
Exactly. And we're going deep into the Crowsnest Pass train robbery. By 1920, like you said, this was unthinkable, obsolete. But this event, it tells a fascinating story. Crime, sure, but also courage and a very personal hunt for justice, all based on actual records.
And that personal hunt really centers on one man, Samuel Edward Jones, a Canadian Pacific Railway conductor.
Yeah.
Very meticulous, very professional.
Right. A man who took pride in his work.
And he had this brand new 23-jewel Elgin gold pocket watch. Just got it 2 weeks before. It was gorgeous.
More than just gorgeous, though. It had dual time zones, Mountain Pacific. Super important for his job, right?
Crucial. And it cost $96. That was, what, almost a month's wages.
Yeah, serious investment. But it symbolized more, didn't it? His status, reliability, his whole future with the railway, kind of wrapped up in that watch.
Definitely. So picture the scene. August 2nd, 1920. CPR Train number 63. It's just making its way through the Crowsnest Pass. Scenic routes.
Seems like just another day. Ordinary passengers, travelers, families. Nothing out of the ordinary.
And Sam, the conductor, he clocks these three guys in the smoking car. Look like laborers, maybe from Lethbridge. Heavy accents, possibly Russian.
But nothing suspicious initially, just settling in.
Just settling in. The calm before the storm, as they say. So near Coleman, Sam's doing his rounds, checks the lavatory, and bam, one of those guys is standing there, pointing a pistol right at him.
Wow. Just like that.
His first thought, total disbelief. He actually says, "You're drunk, put that thing away." I mean, train robberies in Canada. In 1920, it just wasn't a thing.
It sounds like something out of a movie, not real life then.
Exactly. But then it gets very real, very fast. The other two gunmen stand up. One's short, authoritative, holding a Mauser automatic. The other's big, distinctive glass eye, holding a German Luger.
No masks or anything.
Nope, just businesslike. They start herding everyone, shouting in thick Russian accents, "Put up your hands, everybody!" The whole car is stunned.
Terrifying. And Sam, what does he do?
Instinct kicks in. He yanks the emergency signal cord, gets off one blast that means stop at next station.
Okay, smart move, trying to get help.
He meant to pull it again for a full emergency stop, but before he could, the guy with the Mauser just spins and fires.
Whoa.
Bullet hits the wall right next to his hand. Splinters fly. He flinches back, naturally. So only one signal blast goes through.
And the engineer?
George Alexander, up in the engine. He just thinks it's a routine stop signal for Sentinel Station. Up ahead, the train just keeps rolling. Unbelievable.
So the passengers are trapped on a moving train with armed robbers. Nightmare scenario.
Yeah. But then something weird happens. A sort of peculiar courtesy.
Courtesy from train robbers.
Yeah, the big guy, the one with the glass eye, he announces, "No ladies."
Seriously, no ladies.
Yep. And that triggers this flurry of quick thinking. Women hiding purses under hats, under puppies, stuffing cash in their dresses.
Clever.
Some guys catch on quick, pass their wallets to the women. A couple of guys even hid cash in their socks.
Resourceful passengers.
But the best one, this power company manager. He shoves over $1,000 behind his seat cushion, offers the bandit like 65 cents.
Gutsy. What did the bandit do?
He was disgusted. Told him to keep it. The manager just says, "Thanks for leaving me supper money." Cool as a cucumber.
Amazing. So did the robbers get much?
Not really. Because of all that quick thinking and maybe the no ladies rule, they only got about $300. They were really disappointed.
Which kind of leads to the why, doesn't it? There were rumors.
Exactly. Rumor was they were actually after Emilio Picariello Emperor Pick, a big-time bootlegger. Supposedly carried thousands in cash on the train sometimes.
So it wasn't random. It was a targeted hit gone wrong. They picked the wrong day, the wrong train.
Precisely. Picariello wasn't on board. So instead of a fortune, they get a few $100s and Sam's watch.
Right, the watch. That must have hurt.
Oh, absolutely. As the train slows for Sentinel, the guy with the Mauser just reaches out, snatches Sam's watch right off his vest, snaps the chain. Sam just had to watch his pride and joy disappear. More than the money, It's his professional symbol. Gone. Crushing.
So the train finally stops at Sentinel.
Yeah, and the bandits jump off, fire a shot for good measure, and vanish over a hill. Sam, he's straight off the train, racing to the telegraph office at the next station. Crowsnest gets the alarm out.
And the reaction? Predictable, I guess?
Total disbelief, then outrage. People just couldn't fathom it. 1920. Faster trains, telegraphs, police cars. This stuff was supposed to be history. An anachronism.
It really was a shock to the system for Canada at the time.
Huge manhunt kicks off immediately. Police everywhere, Alberta Provincial Police, RCMP, CPR's own police, even Army reserves and civilians joined in.
They identified them pretty quickly, too.
Yeah. Tom Basoff, the big guy with the glass eye, Ausby Auloff, the younger, nervous one, and George Akoff, the short, bossy one.
But finding them in the Crowsnest Pass, that's tough country.
Incredibly tough. Dense forest, rocky peaks, tons of old mines. And the Frank Slide area, basically a giant maze of broken rock. One guy said, you have to step on a man to find him there.
Plus, you had local communities, some maybe sympathetic, made it harder for the police.
Right. And turns out the bandits split up almost right away. Auloff, the young one, he bolts south towards the U.S. border, and guess what he takes?
Let me guess. Sam's watch.
Bingo. His share of the loot? Basoff and Akoff. They decide to hide out in some abandoned mine tunnels. Lay low.
Doesn't sound like they laid low for long, though.
Not at all. 5 days later, Basoff and Akoff just stroll into the coal town of Bellevue. Like they hadn't a care in the world.
Are you serious? After all that?
Dead serious. Drinking, dancing, flirting, flashing cash. They even stopped and apparently laughed at their own wanted posters outside the Justice of the Peace's office.
That's incredibly brazen. Or incredibly stupid.
A bit of both, maybe. But that little chuckle cost them.
Yeah.
The Justice of the Peace, Joseph Robertson, saw them. Recognized Basoff by his glass eye from the poster.
Ah, so he calls the police.
Right away. Rounds up the officers in town. RCMP, Corporal Usher, APP constables Bailey and Fruin. They figure they'll corner them in the Bellevue Café where the bandits are having lunch.
Okay, sounds like a plan. What could go wrong?
Famous last words. It turned into a bloodbath. Fruin gets a shot off, hits Akoff. But then Basoff just lunges at Corporal Usher, tries to grab his gun.
A close quarters fight.
Yeah, in this tiny cafe. Gun smoke everywhere, wood splintering, people outside watching in horror. It was chaos.
And the outcome?
Tragic. Akoff dies from his wounds. Constable Bailey is killed instantly, shot by Basoff. Corporal Usher shoots Basoff in the leg, but Basoff shoots him back multiple times. Usher dies later.
Oh my God, 2 officers killed.
Yeah. And Basoff, despite a shattered leg, somehow escapes, taking Usher's gun too, leaves behind this absolute massacre. Shocked the whole country.
So now the manhunt for Basoff is even more intense. He's a cop killer.
Absolutely frantic. There was even a tragic accident where a civilian searcher got shot by mistake. Basoff, desperate, stops at a ranch for food. Then, incredibly, he hobbles 20 miles on that shattered leg trying to reach a freight train.
20 miles! That's unbelievable determination.
Superhuman, they called it. Meanwhile, the police brought in these fancy bloodhounds from Seattle.
Did they work?
Nope. Total bust. Too much rain, too many searchers had trampled the scents. The expensive dogs were useless, sent right back. Just shows how tough that area was.
So how did they finally get Basoff?
Pure chance, almost. And good old railway knowledge. An engineer, Harry Hammond, spots a guy by the tracks near Pincher Station. The guy looks away instead of waving.
A breach of hobo etiquette.
Exactly. A big red flag for Hammond. He alerts the police. Constable Glover finds Basoff in a store looking for food and arrests him quietly.
Wow. Caught buying snacks, essentially.
Pretty much. Basoff was tried, convicted for killing Constable Bailey, and hanged in December 1920.
So that's 2 down. But what about Auloff, the young guy with the watch?
Ah, yes, Auloff and the watch. That hunt became this incredible multi-year saga of police work. Really tenacious stuff.
Led by who?
Assistant Superintendent Nicholson initially, then Detective Ernest Shope took over. This guy, Shope, was amazing. Spoke multiple languages. Tough guy. He went undercover.
Undercover for how long?
Months, drifting through lumber camps, mining towns, all over the U.S. Pacific Northwest. Posing as a drifter, gathering info, even talking to Auloff's friends without them realizing.
Patient work. All for one guy and a stolen watch.
So it became symbolic, I think. Then, nearly 4 years later, January 1924, a telegram.
To break through.
Yep. Conductor's watch turned up in Portland. Pawn shop, suspect in custody.
Finally.
Shope gets the watch, finds the guy who pawned it, description matches Auloff. He arrests Auloff. On the train ride back to Canada, Shope is brilliant.
How so?
He keeps pulling out Sam's watch, checking the time again and again, just letting Auloff see it.
Psychological game.
Totally. Auloff just cracks. Finally says, all right, I'm your man. That damn watch. I wish I'd thrown it away.
The watch did him in the end? Incredible.
And Sam Jones, He was right there on the platform in Alberta when they brought Auloff in, got his watch back, chain still broken.
Must have been quite a moment.
You bet. Auloff apparently even calls out, "Hello there, conductor." Cocky to the end. The watch was Exhibit A. Auloff got 7 years.
So the whole saga finally closed.
It did. And Alcine Jones kept that watch for the rest of his life. A reminder of that crazy time when, just for a moment, the Wild West came back to Canada.
It's a fascinating story because it really marks the end of something, doesn't it? It showed that even though it happened, this kind of brazen crime just wasn't viable anymore. Communications, police forces, the sheer determination of guys like Shopee, the odds were stacked against them.
A tragic lesson, though, costing those officers their lives.
Definitely. A harsh confirmation that times had changed.
And it makes you think, doesn't it, how sometimes the smallest things, like a conductor's gold watch, end up telling these huge stories. Stories of pride, crime, justice. What small things in your life, might tell your story one day? Something to ponder.